Have you ever wondered why a woman might ignore you, and what should your response be? These are questions that can puzzle even the most self-assured among us. Sometimes it feels like we're navigating a labyrinth with no clear path. But don't worry, we're here to help you decode this enigma. Let's delve into the possible reasons why a woman might choose to ignore a man. Firstly, it could be a simple case of her lack of interest. It's not a pleasant thought, but it's a reality we must face. Not every person we take a liking to will reciprocate those feelings. It's essential to understand and respect this. Secondly, she could be testing boundaries. Some people have a different approach to relationships. They might be trying to ascertain your level of interest or your reaction to their indifference. It's a tricky terrain, but understanding this can help you respond better. Lastly, she might just be preoccupied with other matters. Life is complex, and we all have our own battles to fight. Sometimes, what seems like indifference could just be a reflection of her dealing with her own issues. Now, having understood the possible reasons, let's talk about how you should respond. It's easy to feel hurt, confused, or even angry. But remember, these reactions are more likely to push her further away. Instead, it's crucial to maintain your calm and dignity. If she's not interested, accept it gracefully. If she's testing boundaries, assert your own without aggression, and if she's preoccupied, give her the space she needs. Your reaction to this situation speaks volumes about your character. One important thing to keep in mind is that you cannot control another person's actions, but you can control how you respond, and your response should always be respectful, understanding, and composed. Remember, the way you react can make all the difference. This journey might seem challenging, but with the right mindset, you'll navigate it like a pro. So stay tuned as we delve deeper into this topic in the coming scenes. So you're being ignored. How should a Sigma male respond? Let's dive into the mind of a Sigma male and explore his typical response to such a situation. Being a Sigma male isn't about being the loudest in the room or the most visible. It's about independence, emotional intelligence, and most importantly, self-confidence. When a Sigma male finds himself being ignored by a woman, he doesn't panic or scramble for attention. He doesn't let it shake his self-esteem or question his worth. He understands that people have their reasons, and he respects them just as he respects himself. This is where emotional intelligence comes into play. He can empathize with others, even when he's the one being ignored. A Sigma male is a man of few words, but when he speaks, it's meaningful. He doesn't waste his breath on those who choose not to listen. He doesn't chase after validation. Instead, he maintains his poise, his confidence. He knows his value doesn't diminish just because someone doesn't see it. He doesn't take it personally. Sigma males understand that not everyone will appreciate them, and that's okay. They don't seek approval. They don't need it. They know their worth, and they don't let anyone's opinion alter that. A Sigma male is not swayed by the whims of others. He is his own compass, his own guide. When he's ignored, he doesn't see it as a rejection, but as an opportunity to reflect, to grow, to learn. It's a chance to strengthen his resolve and deepen his understanding of himself and others. That's the beauty of a Sigma male. He's not dependent on others for his happiness. His self-esteem is not tied to how others perceive him. He's content in his solitude, and he thrives in it. He's not afraid to stand alone, for he knows that he is never truly alone. He has himself, and for a Sigma male, that's more than enough. A Sigma male knows his worth and doesn't let anyone shake his confidence. How can a Sigma male re-engage a woman who's ignoring him? This question plagues many, but fear not, we've got some strategies to help you navigate these tricky waters. First, show genuine interest. It sounds simple, but it's often overlooked. Ask her about her day, her interests, her dreams. Show that you're invested in her as a person, not just as a romantic prospect. This isn't about grand gestures or flashy displays. It's about authentic connection. Remember, people love to be truly seen and heard. Next, give her space. Contrary to popular belief, persistence isn't always the answer. If she's ignoring you, it might be because she needs some room to breathe. Don't crowd her or try to force conversations. Instead, respect her boundaries and let her come to you when she's ready. This shows that you value her autonomy and are willing to be patient. Now let's talk about self-improvement. It's easy to focus on the external, to try and figure out what you can do to change her mind. But it's equally important to turn your attention inward. Use this time to focus on becoming the best version of yourself. This isn't about making yourself more attractive to her, but about growing and evolving for your own sake. Finally, respect and understanding are key in any interaction. If she's ignoring you, try to understand why. Is it something you've done, or is it more about her? Don't jump to conclusions. Instead, approach the situation with empathy and an open mind. Of course, these strategies aren't foolproof. Each situation is unique, and what works for one person might not work for another. But they're a good starting point, a framework to help you navigate these challenging situations. Remember, being ignored is not a reflection of your worth. It's an opportunity for personal growth. So take this as a chance to learn, to grow, and to become an even better version of yourself. When should a Sigma male decide it's time to move on? This is a question that many of us grapple with, and the answer isn't always clear-cut. But there are certain signs that can indicate it's time to pack up and move forward. Firstly, a consistent lack of response. If you've made several attempts to engage with a woman and she's not reciprocating, it could be a sign that she's not interested. You've shown your interest, you've made your intentions known. If she's not responding, it's time to turn your attention elsewhere. Secondly, disrespectful behavior. As a Sigma male, you value respect, both giving and receiving. If a woman is consistently disrespectful towards you, it's a clear indication that she doesn't value you or your time. This is not a situation you should tolerate. Remember, you deserve respect just as much as anyone else. Thirdly, a clear lack of interest. This one can be a bit trickier to discern as people express interest in different ways. However, if you're constantly finding yourself wondering if she's interested, or if she's making no effort to engage with you or get to know you, it could be a sign she's not that into you. And that's okay. Not everyone will be, and it's important to remember that it's not a reflection of your worth. Being a Sigma male is about understanding your value and not settling for less. It's about recognizing your worth and not chasing after someone who doesn't see it. If you're in a situation where you're not feeling valued or respected, it's time to move on. It's not about being bitter or resentful, it's about understanding that you deserve better. It's about recognizing that there's a whole world out there, filled with people who will value and respect you for who you are. So don't be afraid to step out and find them. Remember, a Sigma male knows his worth and doesn't settle for less. A Sigma male knows when to stay and when to walk away. So what have we learned about handling being ignored as a Sigma male? Well, we've discovered that as a Sigma male, it's all about maintaining your independence and confidence. You're not bound by societal norms or expectations. You understand that your worth is not determined by the attention or lack thereof from others, but by your own self-respect and self-worth. We've seen that when a woman ignores you, it doesn't shake your world. You remain unfazed, showing emotional intelligence and maturity. You don't rush to conclusions or react impulsively. Instead, you take a step back, assess the situation, and respond appropriately. We've explored several strategies for handling being ignored. One of them was to communicate openly and honestly. Remember, it's about expressing your feelings without blame or resentment. It's about seeking clarity, not starting a conflict. Another strategy was to focus on self-improvement. You're a Sigma male, you know there's always room for growth, and you seize these moments as opportunities for self-development. You don't dwell on the negativity, but redirect your energy into becoming a better version of yourself. We also talked about the importance of understanding and respecting personal boundaries. If a woman chooses to ignore you, you respect her decision. You don't insist or invade her personal space. You understand that everyone has the right to their feelings and choices, and you respect them, even if they're not in your favor. And finally, we learned when it's time to move on. As a Sigma male, you value your time and energy. If someone consistently ignores you, you don't chase them. You accept the situation, learn from it, and move on. You understand that not everyone will appreciate your worth, and that's okay. Remember, a Sigma male doesn't let anyone else define his worth. He knows his value and carries himself with dignity and respect, no matter the situation.